Hey guys, Kakarot197 again. This time with an unboxing of the Master Grade Wing Zero Custom Version-Ka Toki from the Endless Waltz movie. And this model kit was provided to me by my favorite online hobby store, Hobbylink Japan. Links to buy your own birdie down below. And even if you didn't read Version-Ka Toki on the box, the styling should be a dead giveaway that we are dealing with a Version-Ka Toki. It's got that nice, clean, wide background with the very Katoki proportioned Endless Waltz version standing nicely in front, and kind of faded into the back is the Neo Bird mode. And talking about the Neo Bird mode, when we have a look at the sides, there are two versions of the Neo Bird mode that we can put him in. We have the outside atmosphere mode or the in atmosphere mode. And underneath we have a bit more talk about the model kit itself. The Master Grade Version-Ka Toki is a series that started in 2002 and is managed by Hajime Katoki, a concept designer for the Master Grade, High Grade Universal Century, and other plastic model kit series. The Wing Gundam Zero Endless Waltz version is the mobile suit piloted by Hiro Yui, the protagonist of Mobile Suit Gundam Wing Endless Waltz. A version updated by Mr. Katoki joins the Master Grade Version-Ka Toki series. And for these upgrades, we have a shield that has been added, and the transformation into the Neo Bird mode has been enabled, which is something I was always super sad about with the Endless Waltz version of the Wing Zero Custom, because I don't know, there's something about transforming mobile suits that are absolutely amazing, even though they don't always translate that well into model kit form. The transition between the in-atmosphere mode and outside atmosphere mode can also be recreated. The armor on the forearm can slide to reveal joints to secure the stock when gripping the Twin Buster Rifle, and I believe this is a feature that they got from those action figures of the Mobile Suit Girls, which was definitely a very welcome feature for those big rifles. The shoulder joints with pull-out structures allow for the Twin Buster Rifle to be held with both hands, and the double joint in the abdomen allows for the recreation of the forward-bending action poses. I'm thinking that final shooting thing, well, that they recreated of the TV series within the movie series. Weapon firing poses seen in the series can also be recreated. Each of the main wings and sub-wings of the wing binders, the most iconic features of the mobile suit, can unfold. And I will definitely agree with them here. Those wings are definitely, without a doubt, the most iconic feature of the Wing Gundam Zero Endless Waltz version. The articulation in the groin allows for the recreation of descending poses seen in the series. The armor on the calves can move without interference, and the knees can bend deeply. Very nice. The Twin Buster Rifle can be divided and folded in the middle to be mounted on the wing binders, also known as the main wings. So some pretty exciting stuff that we're getting on the box. Then on the other side we get another quick overview of all the equipment that he has, some shots of the accessories that he comes with, and I'm pretty sure that he should also come with a beam saber, because, well, it is listed on the armament list, but I don't see it on the box now that I think about it. Well, I'm about to open it, so I will soon find out if this thing really doesn't come with any beam sabers. And to immediately answer my own question, we definitely get beam sabers, and this is a runner all the way back from 2000. I didn't know it was possible to feel nostalgic for a runner of a model kit, but it definitely is. It just reminds me of when I built that Master Grade Version-Ka Toki Wing Gundam. Such a long time ago. Anyways, this is going to be the only old runner in combination with the action base that we're getting, because everything else is 2020. And even though we might want to forget about this year very quickly, I don't think this is a model kit we're going to be forgetting anytime soon, because this is definitely looking pretty nice and colorful, starting off with that A runner, and there's also quite a few parts on this runner that clearly indicate that at some point, probably in the near future, this runner will be reused as a remold for something. Gee, I wonder which one that could be. Then next up, we get two B runners. We get a pretty big B1 and then a tiny B2 runner. And this thing is definitely showing some nice attention to detail on our modern Gunpla kits. We have a bunch of holes in the front skirt, there's a hole here, there's a hole there, for that nice gray detailing to show through. The next runners then are definitely less interesting to look at, but they're definitely going to be really impressive once completed. We get a bunch of runners dedicated purely to those angel wings that are so iconic for the Wing Zero. But then also on the E runners, we get the hand parts. And one thing that's really interesting is that when you look at the line art, the hands are indeed supposed to be white. But this was something that kind of screwed with me because I was fairly certain that the Wing Zero was supposed to have gray hands. And it turns out that when you actually look at the anime, the hands are shown to be gray. So they went with line art accurate, which is fair, but I kind of would have preferred gray. But hey, that's just a personal opinion. Then the final two white runners are F1 and F2. And just look at how detailed those pilot figures of Hiro Yui are. This is definitely one thing that really shows you how far we've come in terms of model kit technology. Comparing these little detailed heroes to the pilot figures that we got way back then, man, quite unbelievable. What has gotten a bit less detailed over the years though is the internal frame, although I gotta admit, this internal frame still is packing some detail where it counts. The parts where it shines through the armor are still nicely detailed. On the H runner then, we get those twin Buster rifles and also the internal detailing of the shield. And that is something that I always miss a bit with a lot of model kits, where they don't bother giving you that gray internal detail that the shields should come with, so it's nice to see those few model kits that actually do. Then we get two identical eye runners for most of the rest of the internal frame, and again, not super detailed, but it still has enough detailing to look pretty damn interesting. Then the final gray runners are the two J runners. And then we get a pretty interesting blue runner. Now this runner is called the K1 runner, which would lead you to believe that there's a K2 runner, but there is no such thing. I was actually kind of worried that I lost a runner or something when I was looking through the runners now. But I looked at the manual, there is only one K runner, and again, judging by those tabs here, there's going to be some remolding going on, so that is probably why that happened. Then the other two runners are the L1 and L2 runner, and as you can see, we're getting two tones of blue. And the K1 runner is the same blue as the L2 runner. And then the final runner that we're getting is a see-through M runner. I'm not sure how well that's going to be picking up on camera, but we do get a nice assortment of parts, even down to the cockpit of the shield. Lastly, then we get a nice assortment of stickers for those clear parts that we saw, so we do get the option either use a sticker or paint that clear part in whichever color we want. A pretty nice way of making everyone happy, if you ask me. And then the last thing we're getting, again, making everyone happy, water slide decals. So now let's have a quick look at that really nice looking manual, because honestly, I just want to go ahead and build this thing now. On the first page, we get a bunch of information, halfway about the model kit, halfway about the actual mobile suit, a well-proportioned and sleek form in mobile suit mode. The blue and white armor parts each consist of two deep and pale colors recreated with parts colors. So the blue I definitely noticed being in two shades, but the white under my studio lights all kinda look the same. And looking at it again, I'm not sure if I'm finding differences or if there actually are differences, but the wings did seem to be ever so slightly lighter than the rest of it. But yeah, we get hero figures, we get those wing binders, opening and closing gimmicks, because hey, it is of course a master grade. So then we get some more talk about Neo Bird mode, the in-atmosphere mode, and the outside atmosphere mode. Again, telling us about those shoulder joints, and this seems to be where the Buster Rifles will click into, which is definitely going to be a big help securing them. And then on the next page, we have an overview of all of the runners. One thing I forgot to mention is that almost all of them are undergated, so this thing is going to have an absolutely fantastic finish straight out of the box. We do have a few leftover parts on the E-Runner and also on the Action-Based Runner. And then let's have a look at what else we get in the manual. We get an interview with the designer himself, Hajime Katoki, and they even show us a little bit about how he does the prototyping for the model kits. That's pretty cool as well. And then we also get an advertisement for Endless Waltz: The Glory of Losers, which I actually recently picked up. Well, Volume 1. Because I was like completely unaware that Glory of Losers was translated into English, and I just never got around to picking up the Japanese version, so I was like, you know what? I should start reading The Glory of Losers. And then finally we get to the color chart and where to apply the decals. And it seems that there are in fact two whites, but they are almost completely identical. When I'm looking at this just with the naked eye, these are literally identical on paper, so that's probably also why they look pretty identical on the runners. I wonder if I'm going to be able to see the difference once I build the model kit. Of course, in order to do that, I first have to build it, so that's what I'm going to do right away. Again, a big thanks to Hobbling Japan for providing me with this kit. Links to buy your own one down below. And as always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great day, and I'll see you all tomorrow with a review of this thing.